Hey ladies, this is Megan from GladRags, and I'm here today to talk to you about tips and tricks you might want to use when you're getting started with your menstrual cup. The first tip I have is finding your cervix. So when you're on your period, your cervix is a little lower than it is the rest of your cycle. And so I like to recommend that you find your cervix before you experiment with positioning your cup. If you know where your cervix is, you'll have a better idea of how your cup should be angled inside of you. You'll also know where it sits inside of you. For some women, your menstrual cup might sit higher than other women, and so it can really help to identify some of the positioning problems that first-time users might have. You would insert your finger inside of you to find out where your cervix is. It kind of feels like the tip of your nose, strangely enough. So if you put your finger inside of you, just go until you find the tip of your nose inside of you. Kind of weird, but that's what it feels like. Sometimes it can be to the left or to the right. It's, every woman's different. When you're on your period, it's going to hang lower. So that's why I think it's a good idea to do it while you're on your period, because that's when you'd be using your cup anyway. So once you've found your cervix, you've kind of got an idea of where it's going, how it's going to be angled, backwards, forwards, and that can be really good in prepping yourself to using a menstrual cup for the first time. The other thing you'll want to practice is making sure your cup pops open. So to give you a quick little demo, you've got your cup, you've got it folded, you're going to insert it, and then it's going to pop open like so, and that is going to create a seal so that it collects your flow. That's the whole premise of the menstrual cup. You want to make sure that it pops open, because if it doesn't, you're going to have issues with leaks. If it's not creating the seal, then obviously liquids will escape if you lay down or you do something really active. So you want to make sure your cup pops open completely once it's inserted inside of you. To make sure your cup is popped open, you can insert a finger and run it alongside the outside of the cup. So just kind of feel it. You would be able to tell if there was a kink in the rim, and at that point you could then shift it, move it, and somehow get it to pop open that way. Another way to fix a broken seal is to do a little bit of a twist. So you would kind of pinch the base and give it a good twist. You don't have to pinch it very hard, just enough to grasp it. And half twist, quarter twist, whatever it takes, you'll usually feel it. Positioning your cup in the right place is also very important to getting the knack of using a menstrual cup. So positioning is where the cup sits inside of you, and now that you've found your cervix, you know exactly what I'm talking about, and you know pretty much exactly where your cup should go. There are a few tricks to try when inserting your menstrual cup to make sure that you've got the positioning right. One of those tips is to, after you've inserted your cup and it's popped open, you can kind of squeeze your muscles to try and pull it in while at the same time pulling down on the stem. For some reason that kind of pops it into place for me. Your muscles kind of do the work for you. So again, after you've inserted your cup and it's popped open, just tighten your muscles and suck it in while at the same time holding the stem and kind of holding it there or pulling down on it. That should get it to the right spot. Something to consider if you're still having issues in getting started with your cup: if you go number one or number two, sometimes that can adjust the positioning of your cup or knock it out of place. It happens sometimes. If you have an especially full bladder and it's emptying, you might kind of shift your cup enough so that it would leak. So that's something to consider. After you use the bathroom, just check to make sure that it's still positioned correctly and doesn't have any kinks in it. or bends or folds that might let some blood through. The most important rule to getting started with menstrual cups is to be relaxed. Just be relaxed. It is easier said than done, I realize, because you're putting a new thing in your vagina and you're trying to pull out a new thing out of your vagina, so it's kind of stressful the first few times, or at least it can be. And because there is that learning curve, it'll take some practice to really get it down. Very few women just get it right from the get-go. They're pretty lucky. If you're tense and you're nervous about getting your cup out and you think it's going to be stuck in there forever and your body's just going to kind of eat it and it's going to disappear and poison you, or I don't know what. There are weird things that go through your mind when you're scared about getting something out of your body and you cannot get it out. Rest assured, your menstrual cup will not go anywhere. You can remove it, but if you're tense about it, there's no way you're getting it out or putting it in, frankly. When you're tense, your vaginal muscles really respond accordingly. So they will tense up and pull your cup in or tighten it so much that you cannot get your cup in. So that kind of really works against you when you're learning how to use a menstrual cup. So if you find that you're getting tense and you're trying to remove it or insert it, just take a break for 15 minutes, go do something relaxing, come back to it. It's not going to go anywhere or cause you any harm to give it another 15 minutes, and try again. You can practice on the toilet. That doesn't always work the first few times. You can get into a squatting position on the floor, in the tub like I do, and bear down with your muscles, and that should make it a little easier for you to get it out, especially the first few times. And you'll find what works best for you over the course of the learning curve, which can take anywhere from 1 to 3 to 4 cycles, I think. So now let's discuss why you should really try to use your menstrual cup and give it a fair chance. The first big reason is that it's better for your body. It's made of medical grade silicone, at least the Moon cup is, that I have here as my example. A lot of cups are made out of medical grade silicone. We carry the Keeper, which is made of natural gum rubber. And so because it's not going to be absorbing anything or drying you out, it's not going to be leaching chemicals into your system, and it's also not going to be creating micro tears or leaving behind lint or fragments of bleached cotton, which is kind of gross if you think about it. So it's better for your body. You can keep your menstrual cup in for up to 12 hours, and so that is way more convenient than a tampon. You can go to sleep, rest assured. You don't have to wake up in the middle of the night, change your supersized tampon, put another one in. It's really convenient. So I think the convenience is also a really big plus, and it's worth trying to get over the learning curve to use your menstrual cup because of the convenience. Another big part of the convenience of a menstrual cup is that it's all you would ever need, and you don't ever have to bring accessories along with you. It's either in your body or being taken out and rinsed and then reinserted right back into your body. So this is wonderful for people who are busy. It's wonderful for those that lead an athletic life. It's really great for camping. All you need is a bottle of water to rinse it out, reinsert. It's wonderful for raves or for music festivals where you may not have or you may not be thinking about your period. You can leave it up for 12 hours, so if you're ever at a 12-hour rave, this will get you through it. Another point of the Moon cup and menstrual cups in general is that they create less waste for the environment. So they're good for your body, but they're also great for the earth. You would use the same item for anywhere from 5 to 10 years, so long as it's well cared for. So if you think about it, if you bought a Moon cup and you used it for the next 10 years, how many tampons is that keeping out of landfills? It's a lot. I don't know the exact number. It really depends on your flow, I suppose, but it's a lot. It's also going to be pretty good on your pocketbook, seeing as this is only $35. So a $35 budget for the next 10 years of your period is pretty wonderful. If you have any more questions, be sure to go to GladRags.com and check out all of our helpful notes and reviews and other videos. You can also email us at hello@GladRags.com, and we'd be happy to answer any other specific questions you may have. And go there and check out the Moon Cup, which was my demonstration cup for this video, and is a personal favorite of mine. So check it out.